a global phenomenon. Sad Keanu, a movie star, alone on a park bench, eating a sandwich. The internet turned it into a meme, but the image resonated for a deeper reason. It felt true. It was a rare, public glimpse of a man who has silently weathered some of the most profound tragedies imaginable. Keanu Reeves is an anomaly in Hollywood. An icon of kindness, known for giving up his seat on the subway and treating film crews with legendary respect. But this quiet generosity was forged by a life of relentless instability and loss. The instability began at age 3, when his father abandoned the family. His mother and he led a nomadic life, moving from Beirut to Sydney to New York before finally settling in Toronto. He attended 4 high schools in 5 years and struggled with dyslexia, making him feel like a permanent outsider. He found his calling in acting, but in 1993, just as his career was exploding, he suffered his first major public loss. His best friend and co-star, River Phoenix, died of an overdose outside a Hollywood nightclub. The loss was devastating and hardened Reeves's view of fame. Years later, he found stability with Jennifer Syme. In 1999, they were preparing for the birth of their first child, but at 8 months, their daughter, Ava, was stillborn. The shared grief was all-consuming and ultimately broke the couple apart. The tragedy was not over. Just 18 months later, in 2001, Jennifer Syme was driving alone after a party. She lost control of her vehicle and was killed instantly. In the span of 2 years, Keanu Reeves had lost his child and his partner. Concurrently, Reeves was fighting another battle in private. His younger sister, Kim, was diagnosed with leukemia. He became her primary caregiver, delaying film projects, buying a house for her, and reportedly spending millions on her treatment. This fight defined his purpose. He secretly created a private foundation that funds cancer research and children's hospitals. When The Matrix became a phenomenon, he gave his entire back-end profit share, estimated in the tens of millions, to the film's special effects and costume design crews. He later bought the entire 12-person Matrix stunt team brand new Harley-Davidson motorcycles. He has never spoken publicly about these tragedies for sympathy. When asked about it all, he said simply, "Grief changes shape, but it never ends." The man on the bench isn't a meme. He's a survivor, who transformed a lifetime of loss into a quiet, radical, and unparalleled generosity. In 2010, a grainy paparazzi photo became a global phenomenon.
What wound are you carrying that could become your ministry? What pain could become your platform? What limitation could become your launching pad? The enemy wants you to hide your scars. God wants to use them as credentials. So here's my question for you. If Dorothy, Frank, and Elena can discover their greatest purpose after 75, what's possible for your life right now? I want to share the simple prayer that changed everything for me, and how it could unlock the door to the most meaningful chapter of your life. 3 weeks ago, sitting in my garden, as dawn broke, I prayed the most dangerous prayer of my life. 3 simple words that terrified and liberated me simultaneously. Use me, Lord. Not bless me, not help me, not heal me. Just use me. It sounds simple, but those words carry revolutionary power. They shift everything from what you want God to do for you to what God wants to do through you. I'd been carrying this prayer in my heart for months, afraid to say it out loud, because I knew once I did, everything would change. God doesn't take that invitation lightly. Within hours, opportunities started appearing. A young actor struggling with addiction reached out. A director facing family crisis called unexpectedly. A script arrived that dealt with themes of redemption I'd never tackled before. Coincidence? I don't think so. Here's what I've learned. God is always working around us, but He's waiting for us to join Him. That prayer, use me, Lord, is your application to participate in something bigger than yourself. But it requires courage, because when you tell God to use you, He might not use you the way you expect. Maybe you expected Him to use your business experience, but He wants to use your heartbreak. Maybe you thought He'd use your education, but He wants to use your failure. Maybe you assumed He'd use your strengths, but He wants to use your surrender. The beautiful thing about this prayer at our age is we have less to lose and more to give. We're not worried about building careers or impressing peers. We can afford to be bold. I challenge you to pray it right now, out loud. Use me. Did you feel that shift, that mixture of fear and excitement? That's your spirit recognizing its true purpose. But here's the warning. This prayer will ruin your comfortable retirement. It will disturb your quiet routine. It will challenge your plans to fade peacefully into the background. And it will give you the most meaningful, joy-filled years of your entire life. One more truth before I leave you with this challenge. God doesn't need your permission to love you, but He does need your permission to use you. The question isn't whether you're qualified. The question is whether you're available. Your obituary hasn't been written yet. That means God isn't finished with your story. Every morning you wake up is God saying, I still have plans for you. Every breath you take is heaven declaring your purpose lives. The world may have labeled you senior, elderly, or retired, but God calls you chosen, equipped, and ready. At 60, I thought I knew how my story would end. Quiet fade, peaceful exit, maybe a few more movies. But God had other plans. He's using my platform in ways I never imagined to speak truth, offer hope, point people towards something greater than Hollywood dreams. If He can redirect my story at this stage, He can transform yours too. So here's my challenge. Stop asking God to bless your plans and start asking how you can join His. Stop waiting for permission from others and start listening for direction from above. Stop believing your best days are behind you and start preparing for the breakthrough ahead. The same God who parted seas, moved mountains, and raised the dead is inviting you into partnership, not because you're perfect, but because you're willing. Your age isn't disqualification, it's preparation. Your experience isn't baggage, it's equipment. Your scars aren't shame, they're strength. The adventure isn't over. In many ways, it's just beginning. What will you do with this truth?